Public Crosses by St. John Vianney. In this edition of SOS, Sermons of Saints, the Cure of Ars speaks about crosses and their meaning. Narrated by Tony Capobianco. These sermons of St. John Vianney are in the public domain. All of the pictures used in this video are also in the public domain. The Public Crosses. I am going to talk to you now about the public crosses, and I am going to give you the reason for their number, for the blessings which flow from them, and for the great honor which the Church pays them. If our interior crosses are so numerous, and if the public crosses, these images of that cross on which our God died, are also so numerous, it is that we may have always present in our thoughts the reminder that we are the children of a crucified God. We need not be surprised, my dear brethren, at the honor which the Church pays to this holy wood, which obtains for us so many graces and so many benefits. We see that the Church makes the sign of the cross in all her ceremonies, in the administration of all the sacraments. Why is that? My friends, this is why. It is because all our prayers and all the sacraments draw from the cross their power and their virtue. During the holy sacrifice of the Mass, which is the greatest, the most solemn, and the most sublime of all those actions which can glorify God, the priest makes the sign of the cross over and over again. God desires that we may never lose the memory of it, as the surest means of our salvation and the most formidable instrument for repelling the devil. He has created us in the form of a cross, so that every man might be the image of this cross upon which Jesus Christ died to save us. See how eager the Church is to increase their number. She urges them as a special embellishment on our churches and on all the altars. She places them in the most public places. The crosses which are worn. Why are crosses placed near towns and villages? It is to show the public profession which the Christian should make of the religion of Jesus Christ, and to remind all passers-by that they should never forget the memory of the passion and death of our Savior. This sign of redemption distinguishes us from idolaters, as in olden times circumcision distinguished the Jewish people from the infidels. Let us note, too, that when people want to destroy religion, they begin by overturning these monuments. The first Christians considered that their greatest happiness was to wear upon themselves this salutary sign of our redemption. In other times, the women and girls wore a cross which they made their most precious ornament. They hung it around their necks, showing thereby that they were the servants of a crucified God. But progressively, as the faith diminished and as religion became weakened, this sacred sign has become rare, or, to be more precise, has practically disappeared. Notice how the devil works gradually towards evil. In this matter, it began by the cutting out of the image of the crucified and of the Blessed Virgin, and by the wearers being satisfied with a cross which had been converted into ornamental forms. After that, the devil pushed the matter further. To replace this sacred sign, a chain was chosen, which was nothing more nor less than an ornament of vanity, and which, very far from drawing down blessings from heaven upon the wearers, involved them only in the ways and the traps of the devil. Look at the difference between a chain and a cross. By the cross, we have become children of freedom. By the cross, Jesus has delivered us from the tyranny of the devil, into which sin had led us. The chain, on the contrary, is a sign of slavery. In other words, by means of this token of vanity, we leave God and give ourselves over to the devil. Lord, how the world has changed since the time of the first Christians. How large is the number of those who are no longer Christians except in name, and whose conduct resembles that of the pagans. You will say to me, that is a bit strong now. We are not sorry that we are Christians. On the contrary. Tell us what you mean by saying that we have no more than the name of Christians. Well, my friends, that is very easy. It is because you are afraid to perform your acts of religion in front of other people, and that, when you are in a house, you do not dare to make the sign of the cross before eating, or else that, in order to make it, you will turn away so that you will not be noticed and laughed at. It is because when you hear the angelus ringing, you pretend not to have heard it, and you do not say it for fear of someone making fun of you. Or again, it is when God puts into your mind the thought of going to confession, and you say, "Oh, I am not going. They would be laughing at me." If you behave in this manner, you cannot say that you are Christians. No, my friends, you are like those Jews long ago, rejected, or rather, you have separated yourselves. You are nothing but apostates. Your language proves it, and your way of living manifests it equally clearly. Why, my dear brethren, was the name of apostate given to the Emperor Julian? It was given to him, you will tell me, because he was a Christian to begin with, but later he lived as the pagans do. Well then, my good friends, what difference is there between your conduct and that of the pagans? Do you know what the ordinary vices of the pagans are? Some, corrupted by the hideous vice of impurity, spew from their mouths all sorts of abominations. Others, given over to gluttony, seek only tasty food, or to fill themselves with wine. The sole preoccupation of their young girls is with clothes and the desire to look attractive to others. What do you think of conduct like that, my dear brethren? That is the conduct of people who entertain no hope of any other life. You are quite right. And what difference is there between your life and theirs? If you want to speak frankly, you will admit that there is none, and that as a consequence, you are Christians in name only. Oh my God, that you have so few Christians to imitate you. Alas, if there are so few of them to wear their crosses, there will be only few too to bless you for all eternity. End of Public Crosses. From the Sermons of St. John Vianney. Narrated by Tony Capobianco. Welcome to the Virgo Potens YouTube channel. If you enjoy this video, give it a like. I also invite you to subscribe to this channel so that you won't miss new content. Please prayerfully consider supporting my work by becoming a patron of Virgo Potens on Patreon and or by buying one of my books. My ebooks are available on Amazon as well as on the Apple Bookstore. For those who prefer a physical copy rather than an ebook, my book, Spiritual Warfare, Know Thy Enemy, is also available as a paperback on Amazon. If you are interested in making a one-time contribution, I suggest that you do so by simply buying one of my books. I am thankful for your support. Links to Patreon and to my books will be posted in the comments section of this video. The continuation of this work isn't possible without you. Lastly, and most importantly, please pray for me. May the Virgin Most Powerful guide and protect you.